more than 60% of the people who come with financial challenges, when we when we take them through different processes, when we tap into subconscious mind, we realize that it's not actually the financial challenge. It's somewhere the challenge related to their equation with the love in their life, which adversely affects their financial life. So today I'm going to walk you through how love and finances are entangled, and how sometimes both of them help each other, and how sometimes both of them adversely affect each other. When we talk about love and money, energy wise, frequency wise, they are pretty much neutral. It's how we perceive them, they become that in our life. Welcome. Today is the 7th session of Enhance Your Prosperity Consciousness. We take up different topics and work on our money reality. Different topics which influence our money reality, and when we work on it, when we resolve things, when we embrace the scattered parts of the energy, we start enhancing the flow of money in our life. That's the intention of this workshop. And when we work on money, not only we enhance the flow of money, but in the process, we integrate some part of us which is scattered. And when we integrate, we start feeling more whole and complete. We've been attending this session. These are individual sessions. They're not as in it's not chronological order. You can attend any session, whatever resonates with you. Sometimes most of the sessions you will get something or the other thing out of it. But if you have missed earlier sessions, don't worry, you can attend and continue with the series. And if you want to attend, if you want to go through the previous recordings, you can always go to YouTube where we upload it. We're planning to upload this session as well. So if you get a chance, you can review it one more time. Today's topic is how your love influences your money reality. Am I audible? Is it clear? Great. Awesome. Thank you. So there are 4 important points you can look into. One is your equation with money, as in money with the self-love. So if you have an association where you are, this is a very simple thing. This is a very simple thing in the sense, when you feel good about yourself, you open up to things. It's as clear and as direct as anything can get. When you feel good about yourself, you start loving yourself. And in that energy consciousness, we normally call love as the frequency which vibrates at 500. And at that frequency, you manifest things. You allow things to come into your life easily. So if you are in love with yourself, if you're feeling good about yourself, love is a broad term. If you're feeling good about yourself, then you'd allow the finances to flow easily. There is a drawback with this as well. That is, when you start hating yourself or being angry with yourself, wanting to punish yourself, feeling guilty, ashamed, what you do is you start depriving yourself of the love and all the things which can allow you to love yourself more, give yourself more experiences in life, and money being one of them. And the things I'm going to share with you. Some, as I said, there are different points we are going to discuss, which are related to money and love. There is nothing right and wrong about it. It's just that we have probably used one of these patterns to grow. So you always have a choice to shift these patterns or continue with these patterns with awareness. Now, when we talk about love and self-love and money, it has its own advantages. One of the advantages, if you start feeling good about yourself, if you want to take care of yourself, you'd allow money to come into your space, and that creates a cycle where the more you love yourself, the more money you allow, the more experiences you can go through that money, because money is, at the end of the day, it's the experiences you get out of the money. So the more money you receive, the more experiences, good experiences you can go through, and that reinforces that you feel more good about yourself. So you keep going through that cycle. It's a positive reinforcement where you are growing with the money. But the challenge comes in when something goes south, as in if you are angry on yourself, you are ashamed on yourself, and if you want to deprive yourself, if you want to punish yourself, then you can block the money to do that. Then these things happen unconsciously. The moment you block the money, you start feeling more bitter, because you are operating out of lack now. You want to punish yourself, you block money, and you cannot go through so many experiences, and there is a lack. It becomes another loop, another it's kind of a negative reinforcement, if you can say that, where you are going in a loop where you're punishing yourself, you're blocking the resources, and you feel bad about yourself, and again that cycle goes on. So this continues. Second thing is the love you receive from others and its association with money. For example, and in this, what is the difference is when you receive love from others, it's like a validation. The moment you receive love from others, you feel good about yourself, confident. More than anything, you feel worthy. With self-love, you may feel good about yourself and confident, but with approval from others, normally the tendency is you start feeling worthy. So in this cycle, again, similarly, you get the approval, you feel worthy, and being worthy puts you into that space where you open up to a lot of resources, places, possibilities, opportunities open up. It could be your business, it could be your personal life, your professional life. Getting an instant approval from somebody, instant love from somebody, makes you feel worthy of yourself. It's again the same loop where you feel worthy, you work more, you receive resources, you feel more worthy, and that is like a positive reinforcement again. What is the challenge with this is the moment somebody rejects, the moment somebody rejects you, you start rejecting. You don't feel worthy anymore, because if you are depending on others' approval, the moment they reject you, your worthiness goes down. And that starts blocking the opportunities which can help you grow. And finances are the byproduct of all those blocked opportunities, blocked finances. As I said, nothing good and bad, it's just the patterns we follow. If it is working for you and has been working for you, you can continue, but just be aware Whenever you feel bad about yourself, whenever you're depending on others' approval, you can break that pattern. You don't need to go through that pattern again. See, the intention of this workshop or any other workshop I conduct is to bring our awareness to a point of neutrality where you can see things the way they are. If you talk about money, money is neutral. If you talk about love, love is neutral. And there is a possibility where you can disassociate both money and love. As in, if you can reach to a point of neutrality, everything will be as per your life plan. And in that state, you'll be able to see everything around you, including people, uh, and all the attributes, entities. If you take money as an entity, you can start seeing the neutrality in it. What would happen with it is, if you can see both love and money as individual entities with neutrality, whether you have money or not, you will still love yourself. And same thing happens whether you are not going through a phase where you're not feeling good about yourself, not being able to love yourself, yet your financial flow will continue as it is. Because there is a possibility to keep them separate and work on one aspect which is not working for you, rather than messing up everything and blocking everything and getting into a loop where you don't get a clue where to get out of. All right, now coming to the third point. Third point is little tough. That is the point where you have made an association from your childhood, probably early childhood, where your parents gave you money or gifts or something which was supported by money. That makes an association, because for us, parents are the first source of love for most of us. And if you have this experience where you felt loved by your parents through money, your association of love becomes money. Money as in, if anybody contributes money to you, you'll feel loved. If anybody contributes gifts to you, probably you'll feel loved. And again, nothing good or bad. It's about that association we make. So the drawback is, the moment the money gets blocked for whatever reason, you will start feeling unloved, because you have a strong association of being loved through money. And if it is through parents, if it is your first association of love, it can translate into everything in your life. Your relationship with your partner. If your partner doesn't provide you, you'll feel unloved. If your clients doesn't provide you with the right amount of money, you can feel unloved. And also, the other side of the story here is, if you have an association of love from your parents related to money, then what happens is, just imagine a scenario where probably you are somebody who's working and you have clients. You're probably a designer. You have clients. Now, clients appreciate your design. Clients like your work. But if they don't feel a connection towards you, or they don't feel a love, so many times we say that I love your design, but as a person, if they find difficult to cope up with you and there is a rejection, then you can block the money through them, because for you, love and money are in the same folder. So more than anything, for you, getting that love from clients is important. So if clients don't express that love towards you, you may stop receiving money from them. That's when the projects, the projects which come to a point of conclusion, just fly away. So it's very important How about when the lack of money is associated? We'll come to that, Catherine. Let me complete one more point. Then we'll come and we'll go through certain statements and we'll take up all these things. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Fourth point is, as I said, the third point where we have an association of love from our parents through money is going to be a little tough to shake up, because we, whatever in the early childhood, the association we make and first associations of love are quite stronger. Fourth point is, this is a point where we use adversities to grow. For example, if you have been rejected, and probably first time when you got rejected, you felt bad about yourself, you felt unworthy, and you wanted to prove that you are worthy. So what you can do is, it's a growth mechanism which is growing through adversities. What you can do is go back, work on yourself, find that worthiness inside, then come back and achieve something, succeed in something. If that has happened to you earlier, then for subconscious mind doesn't care whether you are growing through inspiration, desperation, or conspiracy. It will keep encouraging you until you keep growing, because it is pro growth and it doesn't allow the stagnation. So if you have grown through adversities, then for the next time, subconscious mind would keep looking for the situations where you are somewhere rejected or felt unworthy about you, and then you want to prove something and then achieve. This is a strong growth catalyst. It can help you grow. You can make a lot of money when you feel you are rejected. I've seen people doing it. When people feel rejected and they feel somebody's putting them down, they go back, they work, and they come to a point where they make tons of money just to prove that they are good enough. But the only challenge with this is, every time you grow and every time you look for the next level, you need to again manifest situations where you go through adversities, either getting rejected, humiliated, ashamed, whatever it is. You can break this. You can grow without a need to, because what you need to see is what is working for you. It's a catalyst where you are humiliated or rejected and you went and worked on something, but what you worked on something was already inside you. This made you, so many times I've seen people get angry and they produce some amazing results just to prove. So what you need to see is what helped you prove something, achieve something was already in there. You connected to it through adversities. You can connect to it through inspiration as well. This pattern to grow through adversities where you feel unloved, and that helps you succeed in finances, can work easily just because of the reason there are a lot of people in the world who are ready to make you feel unloved, put you down, humiliate you, make you angry, shame you, put you through shame. So it's easy. It may be a little challenging to find people who will shower love on you at every corner of life, but you can always find people who are stressed out and they want to express their stress. If you start using this mechanism to grow, you will get a lot of them to give what they have in them, so that you can connect to something good in you. But there would be a lot of collateral damage. Every time you achieve, you have to go through that unloved feeling, that sadness, that pain. Again, as I said, nothing good and bad about it. It's your choice of what you want to go through. All right. Okay. Now we'll quickly look through the questions and look for some hints and clues, and from there we'll pick it up and see what we can, how we can move. This is an open session, so based on the group energy, we'll continue. All right. Feel free to type in your questions. Uh, I'll take you through statements. If you resonated to any one of them, I'll quickly recap the 4 points which I discussed. And if you resonated to any one of them, and if you wish to break that pattern, I'll give you radical statements which will help you uh, revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition those beliefs. When you use these words, they work directly with your subconscious mind. These words are channeled words from a modality called radical crystalline mind. When you use these words, these will help you break those patterns, realign those beliefs, conditionings, because what you perceived, what you picked up, what beliefs have are inside you may not be the truth. They are beliefs. So when I say, see, in this world, if you observe, you will get all kind of people who grow through inspiration, people who grow through conspiracy, people who are desperate and growing, people, same situation, same circumstances, same availability of resources, yet the learning mechanisms can be different. So there is nothing as called as the truth. It's your truth, my truth, or somebody else's truth. When you start using these words, you'll come to a point where you'd be able to see things from a point of neutrality. And then it is up to you to make a choice. Okay? All right. So, what we do is when we use this word revive, we pull out the dormant memories, which are normally difficult to access at the conscious level. When we say recognize, recognize gives us that opportunity to look at all these beliefs as a third party. You can look at your life as a third party. Realign, you allow this healing energy to give you that awareness, that perspective of neutrality. Reorient, you start dissolving your beliefs, and with reposition, you dissolve your experiences around it. So, first one, let me recap. First one was association of self love with money. As I said, it has its own advantage and disadvantage. Advantage is you can grow feeling good about yourself if you are in that positive reinforcement cycle. Challenge is if you're not feeling good about you, and in that state, if you block money, it can make your situation much more pathetic. So, the statement what you can use here is we all can recite, and if something comes up, you type it, we'll take it from there. I revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition my association of self love with money. Close your eyes for a minute and repeat this statement. I revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition my association of self love with money. When you use these statements, sometimes things come up in form of visuals, in form of memory. It could be a random memory, thought.
I revive, I recognize, I realign, I
Reorient, and let me type these words.
reorient, thank
If
you,
you're
and reposition.
Next statement would be, quickly type in any thoughts. If you get any thoughts, we'll look into that. Meanwhile, let me read the previous comments about when lack of money is associated with love from childhood. Yeah, that can be challenging. I feel that would fall into the fourth category, where we are creating the adversities to grow. Lack of money is associated with love. So whenever you want to feel loved, you will again create that lack of money. This is uh, this is a typical scenario where families go through struggle. Like I've seen this. I've working with the clients. I've observed this where families get bonded in abundance, and they can also get bonded when they are going through severe lack, and very strongly. For example, if you are sharing the food which is limited and taking care of each other, that can form a very strong association, that bonding can happen in the situations where there is a scarcity, where there is a lack. It's a belief which can work wonderfully, but again, this can have its own challenges, where every time you need to feel that bonding in the family, the resources of the family can deplete. You can go through challenges where the resources coming to your family can get stuck, blocked, depleted, so that you can again stick together in these challenging situations. If we shift the belief, we can go to a point where the families can stay together, the relationships can be stronger in presence of prosperity, in presence of abundance. There are so many communities which are prospering, and that prosperity has kept them together. Like businesses which flourish, family businesses which flourish together. Okay. All right. The next is, you feel free to type what is coming to you. I'll quickly take it up. Uh, is it possible to reach to a stage to have no association with money and just enjoy it, have a strong sense of worthiness? Absolutely, absolutely. You can see. I'll tell you one thing. Since you mentioned this, I have seen people while I was working in my corporate life. And after that, while working with many other clients, money doesn't have much to do with how much knowledge you have, how much. It may be an arguable statement, but just listen to this. The talents, the skills, the connections, in spite of all that, you can block money. And I have seen people who are less talented, who don't feel worthy about them, who probably don't have amazing skills, yet they get promotions, yet they succeed in life, yet they get clients, yet they make money, because it's the association they have with money. A super knowledgeable scientist can struggle for money all his life. These are the cases we have seen. Somebody who has amazing financial knowledge can also struggle with money. So it's about what relationship you have with the energy of money. You can definitely come to a point where you are neutral about money, and yet you can have a strong sense of worthiness. You can feel worthy about yourself with or without money, because feeling worthiness comes from inside. It's the awareness of the spirit in you. It's because what is making you feel unworthy is the beliefs, is the perceptions which we have borrowed. At the end of the day, it's the same spirit in all of us, same divinity in all of us, which is ever worthy. There is no doubt about it. We have perceived, we have seen ourselves in some filter that decides how we feel about ourselves, worthy or unworthy. I've worked with some of the top people and they feel unworthy. It's true. It may be surprising. It can sound very strange, but I've seen people how they feel not good enough in spite of making tons of money, how they feel unworthy in spite of building an empire. So you can come to a point where, when you come to a point of neutrality, all the money needed for your life experiences, what we call as soul plan or life plan, you will have that money. I hope I answered this question. I will go through certain statements which will help. I don't want to depend on other people's judgment, rejections, or adversities to grow and enjoy life. Just have ease. What we need to, I'll read the question again. I don't want to depend on other people's judgments, rejections, or adversities to grow and enjoy life. Just have ease. It's a choice. It's a choice where you can reform your beliefs, where this will happen. See, as I said, for subconscious mind, it just cares about how to grow. If you can come to a point where you give some assurance to the subconscious mind, where you get a result through inspiration. When we say inspiration, it is something like it's like you are uh, you have been rejected, which made you go through proving yourself that you are worthy of acceptance, and then you made money. The opposite of it is connecting to understanding you're already worthy, and then operating from that seed where you are, where there is a self acceptance of whoever you are, with all your drawbacks, with all your shortcomings. When you start with that seed thought of self acceptance and then give an assurance to the subconscious mind, where this is a process where, like, because when we say we have grown through adversities, it has not happened overnight. Probably went through an incident, and then you got a result which made you believe that you can grow through feeling rejected, and it keeps repeating, and then we come to a point where it becomes a pattern. If you want to come out of that pattern, you need to take one step where you start with that self acceptance and maybe get a small result, and based on that, the subconscious mind will start encouraging the situations. It will start attracting people, possibilities, where you can grow with this inspiration. What is important is the seed thought with which we start. And if you have grown through others' judgments, then to drop that, you need to say that, for example, other judged you for not being a good student. Then to prove them wrong, you studied hard and scored well, got into some MIT or some good college. Now you are that becomes a catalyst for you. So you need to break that with the belief that you are good enough. How you can do? You can do it with radical statements. You can do it with awareness. You can do it with taking one step at a time towards that direction. So if you come across somebody who humiliates you next time, and that is your pattern to grow, step back. If somebody is judging you for something, step back. Don't indulge. It may help you grow, but don't indulge. Take a pause and see, is that what I want? This is specifically in cases where you see patterns. If it is one of a situation, you can just rub it off. But if it is a pattern, you look at it, step back and say, let me see if there is a work around it. Do I need to carry this? Because all that we have been carrying as a pattern is serving us somewhere. That's why we carry it in spite of it being heavy or difficult. So many people complained about emotional pain, but they don't drop it because somewhere it helps them. It becomes a pattern, it becomes a habit. So many people go through sadness, they don't drop it because it helps them. You can step back next time when you get into a situation which is making you feel sad. Before indulging, one statement which can help you with this. It's a very simple statement, but it is a very powerful statement. We have resolved complex cases just with this statement. I recognize is a statement which will allow you to look at your patterns from a distance. The moment you say, I recognize my need for this sadness, you're ready to break that pattern. If you are being judged, rejected, you can just say, I recognize my need for being judged. All the things, subconscious mind is, they have a beautiful way of working with you. Just calm down when you are in your own space. Take few breaths. Let everything settle. You don't need to go through this for hours. Just take 2 minutes to settle yourself. With your closed eyes, say, I recognize my need for so and so, and you'll be amazed how the subconscious mind will start interacting with you, how the images will come up, how the memories will come up. Take a decipher may take a little time, but if you are ready, if you are willing to listen to your subconscious mind, it will start interacting with you very easily. And when that happens, you just keep recognizing it and you will come to that point of neutrality. Ketiyar, I'll come to you. May I know who is this? Thank you for, you just raised your hand. Do you have a question? Unmute yourself, please. Okay. All right. Maybe you raised your hand by accident. It's all right. Catherine, can you please suggest affirmations to overcome association of desperation with love?
I'm sorry, that's the case. I'm sorry. I raised my hand by mistake. Sorry.
It's all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come to this question. Can you please suggest an affirmation to overcome association of desperation with love? We'll come to that. I see an image of a kid. So image as a kid. When you say these statements, as I said, subconscious mind interacts in different ways. If you see, as mentioned here, I see an image, me as a kid. Subconscious mind is trying to bring some memory. If you understand that what it is trying to tell you, you say that. For example, you see yourself as a kid where you are sitting in the corner. Just observe that kid, you yourself as that kid. You may be feeling sad. The subconscious mind is probably trying to tell you that work on that sadness. Or you can go to a point in life where you see yourself as a kid fighting with somebody or angry on something. So you just need to see how that kid is feeling, how you are feeling as a kid at that point of time. If you don't understand, you just say, I recognize this child. That to yourself. I recognize this child. If you don't still don't understand what is happening, you can say, I recognize the reason behind my need to see this. The subconscious will give you more clues. Okay. Stress coming up. Okay. Anxiety coming up. All right. These are all things, good things, which are, if they're coming up, they're already inside. They're coming up so that you can address them. What about when money is used to control and exert power over others? Yeah, this is one aspect where you have seen money being used, misused, abused. So you can say, and money has nothing to do with it. Huh? It's, see, if money was used to control you, just imagine if that money was not there, there could have been some other reason which would have been used on you to control you. So here is an opportunity. You can, first of all, disassociate money with being controlled. Simple statement what you can use is, I revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition my association of money with control. Second is, this will you would be able to come out of it, your financial reality free of being this control game. Second thing is, you'll probably still have a need to go through this control game. How to deal with it is, see, normally what we say, control is your solar plexus or the energy center, solar plexus energy center, where you control, first of all, who tries to control things? People who have a fear of being controlled, people who are afraid of being controlled, tend to control everything in their life. So whoever is trying to control your situations, your life, just understand they are afraid of being controlled. That could be because of their childhood experiences, because of whatever they have experienced in their life. That is their story. Now, coming to why is it happening in your space? First, you forgive everybody who controlled you from your childhood. Second thing is, control and taking charge are the faces of the same coin. You are supposed to take charge. And when you don't take charge, you try to control. Normally, this is the example what we give. For example, see, in this class, if there is somebody who's annoying and constantly asking questions, unnecessary questions, or distracting the class, if I try to control that person, I can just say, I'll throw you out of the class because I want to take control of the class. But the moment I do that, I lose the control of the entire class. Because I'm operating out of a fear that I'm losing a control. In spite of that, I can take charge. I can be in charge and I can say that I probably don't have answer to this question and it feels very interesting question. Can I connect to you later? Can I take up with you personally? So now I'm in charge of that, will mostly settle that person. and I will still be in charge of the class. So if you know how to take charge of any situation, you won't have a need to control anything. And when you're not trying to control anything, you won't invite people in your life who are trying to I mean reflect you, because whatever is happening with us is somewhere already happening inside us. If others are controlling us, somewhere we already trying to control something in our life. You can flip that game. You can come to a point where you can ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What is that thing I'm afraid of that will go out of my control? And then you break it down. Then ask your subconscious mind, can I take charge of it? Because control is out of fear. And when you take charge, it is out of seeking solution to resolve something which is not working. The moment you try to control, you lose the control. But when you take charge, you can break it down. You can understand it. What is happening? Can I do something about it? If I'm not able to do it, can I postpone it? So you are in charge at that time. If you come in this situation time and again, you start with forgiveness first. Because if you are angry of being controlled in the past, you won't let go it. You keep playing this game because it feels like I've been controlled all these years. If I let go, my life would be like a waste. Why did I go through so much suffering? So you will still keep playing that game. But with the awareness saying that I co-created it for a reason. Maybe I needed to learn something, or whatever happened, I have manifested it. So let me thank all the people who contributed to this and let me forgive them. The moment you forgive, you are back in charge, because there is no dependency on others now. That's because if you are being controlled by somebody else, if you have a need to be controlled by somebody else, you already have a dependency on others. Somebody has to change your life. That is not going to happen. You take charge, you thank them, you let them go, and work on how I can take charge of this situation. It will shift a lot of things in your life. And you can also take money out of this equation. All right. What about when money is used to control? Okay. Are we on track? Is it making any sense?
Yes, thank you so much for these wise words and wide words. It's giving. I'm understanding how I ask so many questions, and it's out of fear of not controlling my mind, I guess. And thank you for managing it so well.
Thank you so much.
In my point of view, Mujib, it is too much of information. So I will personally go through the recording, little by little, because it's too much of information at one time.
Yeah, I understand, because these are different questions and different perspectives. It can be a little overwhelming. You can take it easy. Yeah. You can go through what resonates with you at the moment and take it slow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, there is a feeling that earning and spending money for family is necessary, and spending it for myself is a luxury. It feels like experiencing a relaxing, happy day after months or years of struggling. Okay, there is a feeling that earning and spending money for family is necessary. All right. So how about we have a couple of comments. We'll finish that, and then there is a feeling that earning and spending money for family is necessary, and spending it for myself is luxury. So this normally happens when you witness your family members, people around you struggling. So it feels like how can I enjoy when my family is struggling? So what you can do is, see, one thing what you need to remember is everybody has a life plan. Everyone has their own lessons. And everybody has a choice. It gets difficult when you are in a family where others are suffering and you have an opportunity to have a good life. Uh, it's a little complicated situation, because saying that I will find my way and I don't care about my family is probably not the right approach. And sometimes saying that I will help my family at my cost is also very complicated. I've seen people trying to do that, struggling day in, day out to serve their family. I've seen daughters trying to hold on their entire family. I've seen because some elder member in the family is sick. These things happen. And when you try to enjoy life, you feel guilty about it. And when you try to run away from it, you feel guilty about it. And when you try to work on it, you feel burnt out. So it's a very tricky and very complicated situation. What you can start with it is first work on, see, what you do after working on yourself and what I'm telling you, the actions may not be different. You probably would be doing the same things what you're doing earlier, but the intention would be different. In this case, where I said probably a younger daughter or somebody trying to save a family, first you work on, yeah, and these things just happen. Most of the time, these are life plans in very complicated cases where you end up in this situation without making a choice. But there is always a choice which is made at the soul level. And how can you come out of it is, first you work on your need to be a savior. You need to save somebody. When you work on that, what will happen is you'd be providing, you'd be doing your duties, but you won't do it out of a need to save somebody. And when you don't do it out of the need to save somebody, just imagine the people who want to be saved could be playing a victim there. Because if you're playing a role of a savior, there is somebody who needs to be saved. And who needs to be saved? Who is suffering? Who's the victim? So unconsciously, if they're just contributing this experience for you to feel like a savior, you're creating a victim around you. So first let go of this need to save somebody, because it's a exchange of energy. How we say, both the people, this metaphor could be little wild, but how we say, both the abused and abuser, there is not much difference, because at the soul level, if somebody wants to be abused, there is a need for somebody who need to abuse. So it's a mutual thing, nothing good and bad about it. If you talk in terms of energy, it's a co-creation. Similarly, if there is a victim, there has to be one person who's victimizing them and one person who's saving them. It could be a situation, a person, anything which is victimizing them. It could be lack of resources, it could be challenging situations. And if you are pitching in there as a savior, you're trying to save them, bring them out of that situation. So first, address your need to save somebody, because it starts from the seed thought you're trying to save something inside you to begin with. When you are playing a role of a savior, trying to be hero in someone's life, you're trying to save something inside you. The seed thought is somewhere that victim in you which you are trying to save inside. I know this can be a little heavy, and you may not agree with it, resonate with it, but this is what I have observed, and it is my truth, may not be the truth. You can try this, and it may help you break the pattern. So first of all, work on your need to save others, and then look inside, what is that you're trying to save inside you? Where is that inner child which was victimized? The moment you make peace with it, as I said, there won't be any change in your actions. You will provide, do all the needful things, but not out of saving somebody. It would be more of sharing. And you never know, with the shift in this perspective, if people are just going through this victimized feeling to give an experience of savior to you, they may come out of it. Or some other resources show up in their life, something will happen energetically. So you begin with that. That is the point where you feel doing anything on yourself is like a luxury, and when others are suffering. First, know that nobody is, whatever suffering is going on with people around you, there must be a reason. There must be something at the soul level which they want to experience. Everybody has come with the same subconscious mind, same opportunities, same possibilities. When you start helping them without being a savior, their awareness will also expand. Their energies will also expand. Then you can grow together. Otherwise, this game will continue, where somebody is suffering, you're trying to be a savior. I'm not sure if I answered your question, but that's what came to my mind right now. Okay. How to deal with lack coming from parents? You need to ask how it is influencing you. If you're carrying the lack, you have a choice to come out of it. What the statement which you can use is, I revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition my association of growth with lack. So if it is coming from parents, it would be strong. And if it has, first thing you need to ask is, how is this lack serving you? Is it helping you get stronger? Is it helping you be more patient? Is it helping you to expand your awareness? And whatever it is helping you with, you can get that out of inspiration. You can be stronger through ways which are smoother. You can be aware in a refined way. So ask yourself, how is this lack serving you? The moment you say, because so many times it flows in the ancestral lineage. Generations after generations go through the same patterns. You can stop it. You can make a choice. You can look for how that lack is serving you and come out of it. What do we do to come to the point of neutrality? Recognize, step back, don't indulge into the emotions. If it is a pattern, step back and ask, how is it serving you? Can I have a better way? All the answers are in your subconscious mind. And subconscious mind has access to superconsciousness. If needed, you'll be aided with that superconsciousness. I didn't get this. Prove to the subconscious mind. Prove to the subconscious mind is it needs proof. It needs assurance that if you are going through sadness, you do certain things when you are happy. You take that one step when you are happy. Then subconscious mind will start rewiring that growth from sadness to happiness. Do certain things when you're feeling good about yourself. Do certain things when you're feeling confident about yourself in the direction where you want to get the results. When you are making money, ask yourself, how can I make money? Don't wait till you get into the position of lack and then think about making money. To clear negative associations with money, you can begin with the statement, first of all, I recognize my adverse beliefs related to money, and whatever your subconscious mind tells you, note down that and start recognizing, revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition those emotions one by one. These statements work. They work like magic. Your life, your reality will change with these statements. Can it be ancestral curses? You need to ask again, like how that unworthiness is helping you. If you feel there is an ancestral curse, then you ask how it is influencing you and what is the gift behind it. We don't call curses, we call them blessings. So every curse has a blessing in it. So if you focus on the blessing, we don't need to focus on the curses. Okay, thank you. Completely resonates. Thank you. This makes so much sense. It helps with personal issue as well as that having. All right. We are 6 minutes beyond our schedule. How about we wind up here and catch up next week again? I know it's a little heavy, but go through it again if you need. If you feel the need, I'll rewind quickly. So 4 things. Look your patterns where they fall. 4 things which influence your money dynamics with love. One is self-love. One is self-love with money. So see how love is influencing self-love, your reality. Second is receiving love from others. For that, I typed a message which is like, I revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition my association of self-love with money. Second is the association of money with love from others. So you can say, I revive, recognize, realign, reorient, and reposition. Or simply begin with, I recognize my association of money with being loved. I recognize my association of money with being loved. So you can, here is an opportunity to disassociate your dependency on the dependency of your money on others' love. Third is the love from parents. If it has an association of money, so you can use the statement, I recognize. So if it is coming from your parents, that forms a very strong foundation from your childhood. You can just say, I recognize my association of love with money, because if it is from parents, parents are your first source of love, and that love will be that association will pretty much reflect in all aspects of your life. So you begin with, I recognize my association of love with money. Last is growing through adversities. So using unloved feeling to make money. You can say, I recognize my need to feel unloved to grow or to make money. If you fall into one of these categories, use these statements and they will help you. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you, Mujib. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.